Hi there. We're working on 14.2, graphing quadratics in vertex form. So a little bit different today. Here is our vertex form. Looks a little different than what we've been working with before. And the reason I know it's a quadratic is because of that exponent of 2. Tells me it's a quadratic. And as you might have noticed already, it's going to open up like a smiley face or a frowny face, depending on what the value of A is. So working on vertex form. Now, some things to point out that might be a little different. To find the vertex, that HK, well, let's do a little review. A vertex is kind of either the low spot or the high spot for the parabola, depending on which direction it's opening up. So to find that vertex, which is actually a point, an x, y value that we can graph, we simply have to look at what h and k is, given the information we have. So here's some clues. We use the opposite value for h, and we leave k just as it's given to us. So we'll practice this a little bit, but those are good tricks of the trade that works every time. So let's look at a. So f of x, which is a nice function notation way of saying y, is equal to the quantity x minus 8, quantity squared plus 6. So I've got something squared, so I know it's going to be a quadratic. Now, let me write above this vertex form, and let's see what information you can pull from this function to identify h and k. So the vertex, again, is going to be some point, an xy value, where the x is my h and my y is my k. So let's do what this step says. To find h, we take the opposite value. Right now, h is a negative 8. Opposite of that is a positive 8. And k is simply what we are given to work with. Now, a rule I always use is if I'm not sure, I take this value, this quantity, when I'm trying to find my h value, and I set it equal to 0. And I solve for x, and that gives me what my h is. My x and h are the same thing. Now, something else you might want to think about, what is the value for a? In this case, it's 1. So pretty standard quadratic. Now let's do the second one here. Taking the information we're given, we need to find the h and the k value. So here's my basic form. I'm working through it here. If you're not quite sure, you can always take what's inside the quantity, set it equal to 0 so that you can get it right. But it's a negative 7 and a negative 12. And what's that value of a? The number in front, a negative 2. That's going to tell me it's going to open down. All right, stay tuned. We're going to graph a parent function and lots more. Bye.